Good morning, boys and girls. We again here today to have something for ourselves in mathematics. We shall begin by making corrections of lesson 4. We shall straight away go to our first number of the activity, and the question was a thread 4,400 centimeters was wound 50 times around a cylindrical tin. Calculate the diameter of the tin. In the question we're given the length. Of 4,400 centimeters, and we're given also the number of times the thread was wound round the cylindrical tin. And now the 50 times can also mean the 50 can also mean 50 revolutions. The 50 times can also mean 50 turns. Okay? Now, we were given a number of times. We also given the length, and the length was representing the distance. Okay? So, for us to get, and the question was asking for diameter, but for us to get diameter, we shall first get the circumference of the tin. So to get the circumference of the tin, we shall say circumference equals distance. We shall say distance out of number of revolutions, or number of times, or number of turns. Okay? Now, we have the distance, which in the question was given as length of the thread, and the number of revolutions are the 50 times. So circumference equals the distance of 4,400 centimeters out of the number of revolutions, which is 50 times. You shall have the 0 and the 0 disappear. By 5 once, 44 by 5. We shall have 8, remaining 4, which we shall put again as 0 to make 40. 40 divided by 5, we shall have 8. And our circumference equals 88 centimeters. But the question is asking for the diameter of that tin. How do we get the diameter of that tin? We shall again bring the formula for circumference of the circle when diameter is given. So we shall have pi d equals circumference. Why are you putting circumference this way? Because the circumference is given. So this will now be 22 out of 7 times d equals 88 centimeters. Okay. Let's simplify. 22 times d, we shall have 22d out of 7 equals 88 centimeters. Remove 7 by multiplying it on either side. So this is 7 times 22d out of 7 equals 88 centimeters times 7. By 7 once, by 7 once. Okay. 22d equals 88 centimeters times 7. We shall have 22d out of 22 equals 88 centimeters times 7 out of 22. By 22 once, by 22 once. Okay? Let's divide slowly by 2 here. We shall have 11. By 2 here we shall have 44. By 11 once, by 11, 4. So our diameter of the tin equals 4 centimeters times 7. And the diameter of the tin equals 28 centimeters. Okay? Let's go to our number 2. We're going to our number 2. Number 2. What was number 2 saying? A thread has been wound round a cylindrical tin 20 times. Calculate the length of the thread used if the radius of the tin is 7 centimeters. So here they have given us 20 times, and they have given us also the radius of 7 centimeters, and they are asking for the length of the thread. Length of the thread. And this length and the length of the thread they are asking for is the distance which we have been stating in the formula. Okay? And if they're asking for the length, don't say distance. Just know that the length is the same as distance. So, we shall now say, we had the formula for distance, whereby we say that distance equals circumference times number of revolutions. Not so. But in our question, they are not asking for distance, they are asking for length. So, instead of distance, we are going to put there length. You say length equals circumference times number of revolutions. Do we have the circumference? No, we have the radius, which can help us get the circumference. So we say circumference equals 2 pi r, and circumference equals 2 times 22 out of 7 times the radius of 7 centimeters. By 7 ones, 7 ones. So circumference equals 2 times 22 times 1 centimeter, and our circumference equals 44 centimeters. Let's get back to our formula of length. Length equals circumference times number of revolutions. So length equals circumference. We have the circumference, we have got it. It is 44 centimeters times the number of revolutions which we have as the 20 times 20. Length equals, if you multiply this time with this, you shall have 880 centimeters. And this is the length of the thread. That is the length of the thread. So, this is what we have. This is the correction for lesson 4. So today, we are going to move to another lesson 5, and our lesson 5. In our lesson 5, we are going to look at the area of a circle. In P6, we looked at the area of circle and different sectors of the circle, and today we are going to build on what we looked at in primary 6. we're going to look at the area of a circle. In P6, we looked at how the formula of the area of a circle is driven, and we are just now going to add something on that, and we shall not go to driving the formula from where to begin, from the beginning up the end. So here we are going to look at finding the area of a circle given radius. So how do we find the area of a circle when radius is given? Here we have our question 1. Question 1 says, find the area of a circle whose radius is 7 centimeters. Use pi equals 22 out of 7. This pi, we have the first pi of 22 out of 7. And then we have the other one over decimal fraction, which is 3.14. This one here has the questions when it's supposed to be used, and this one has questions when it's supposed to be used. But with this pi, it is always given, even in exams, they always tell you which pi you are supposed to use. They always write for you like this. So this is pi, and also that is pi. Back to our question. Find the area of a circle whose radius is 7 centimeters. We say area of a full circle equals pi r squared. And you all know how we came to pi r squared. So we shall have our area equals, and with the pi, they have told us to use 22 out of 7. So with the pi, we have 22 out of 7 times, what does r squared mean? It means that you're going to multiply r twice. And the r means the radius, and the radius is 7 centimeters. And this will be 7 centimeters times 7 centimeters. Okay? By 7 once, by 7 once. So our area of this circle here equals 22 times 1 centimeter times 7 centimeters. This will give our area. 22 times 1 centimeter is 22 centimeters. 22 centimeters times 7, 22 times 7. 2 times 7 times 2, that is 14. Carry 1 here. What is here? 14 plus 1, that is 15. Right here 5. Put here. So when you multiply this time with this, we shall have 154. And then centimeter times centimeters, we get square centimeters. So that is the area of the circle whose radius is 7 centimeters. Number 2. Question 2. A circular tablecloth has a radius of 20 centimeters. Calculate its area. Here's our question. A circular tablecloth has a radius of 20 centimeters. Calculate its area. We say area equals pi r squared. Excuse me. And in our question, they have told us to use the pi of 3.14. We come down and say now area equals pi r squared. Okay. Now let's go to the substitution part of it. Let's go to the substitution part of it. Area equals the pi that I've told us to use is 3.14. So the pi, our pi here is 3.14 times r squared. We said r squared means that you have to multiply this r twice, r times r, and r times r will give us here the 1r is 20 centimeters, and then also 20 centimeters. Let's move on. 3.14 can be changed into a Vulgar fraction, and here we shall have 314 out of 100 times 20 centimeters times 20 centimeters. We shall now simplify 0. We'll go with that 0 and this one, also that one there. So we shall have 314 times 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters. Okay? Now 2 times 2 is 4. So we shall multiply here. 314 times 4. What we get? 4 times 4, 16. Carry 1. Then 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3, we shall have 12. So our area for this circular tablecloth is 1,256 square centimeters. Let's go to our last example, and we have some work for as an activity. So, example 3. The area of a circle. Let me write it here. Find the area of a circle whose radius is 5.6 centimeters. Use pi equals 22 out of 7. Quickly we shall say area of this circle equals pi r squared. The pi given is 22 out of 7. We say that when there is r squared, they are meaning r times r. Okay? So we shall come down and have 22 times 7 times the radius of 5.6. The radius of 5.6 centimeters times 5.6 centimeters. Here we shall have 22 out of 7 times 56 out of 10 centimeters times 56 out of 10 centimeters. Let me hope you are watching. We shall now divide by 7 once. By 7 here we shall have 8. Okay? This 10 here, we can say by 2, 5, by 2, 4. By 2, 5, by 2. But with these ones here, with these zeros here, maintain them in the denominators. And then why do you maintain the zeros? They are going to be helpful when you are getting the final answer. So we shall have here 22 times 8 centimeters times 56 centimeters out of 1 times 10 times 10. Let's multiply this. When you multiply 22 times 8, what do you get? 2 times 8 is 16. Carry 1. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1. We shall have 17. 17 times 56. What do we get? 6 times 6. We shall have 36. Carry here 3. 6 times 7. That is 42 plus 3, 45. Carry 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4. That is 10. 5 times 6, that is 30. Carry 3. 5 times 7, that is 35 plus 3, 38. This is 3. 5 times 1 is 5 plus this, we shall have 8. And this will be 6. 5, 8, 9. So our area here equals area equals 9,856 out of 100 square centimeters. How many zeros do we have in the denominator? We have 2. It means that we shall also have 2 decimal places. Here we say the number of zeros in the denominator determines the number of decimal places in the decimal number. So our area for this question is 98.56 square centimeters. And this is our answer for example 3. Having watched me do this step by step, I'm going to give you some work and you do. I'm going to give you some numbers and you do, and I say whether you have understood or not. So, I want you to try this work and make sure you follow through all the steps until you get the answer. Thank you for listening. May God bless you.